Happy morning, Masters. I welcome you all to the Zoom session on Inner Nature and Outer Nature Season 2, which is brought to you by Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement and PSSM and SWAGG in collaboration with pmcenglish. So let us begin our meditation session today. I request everyone to sit in a comfortable position. Rest your back, but your spine straight. Close your eyes, clasp your fingers, and cross your legs. Just be relaxed. We are in the last few seconds, masters. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly bring your hands together. Rub it for a few seconds. Feel the energy in your hands. Now place them on your eyes and your face. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly open your eyes, masters. A very happy morning, one and all. I once again welcome you all to the Zoom session on inner nature and outer nature. It feels so good to see you all this morning. Hope everyone is doing fine, is doing great. Okay. So I request everyone to switch on your cameras as we are going to begin our wisdom sharing session. So ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our esteemed speaker for today, Shemawathi Subramaniam, affectionately known as Shema. Shema brings with her a wealth of knowledge and experience, holding a master's degree in applied linguistics from a prestigious Malaysian public university. Beyond her academic achievements, Shema is a devoted wife and a mother of 3, balancing her professional career as a lecturer with her commitment to personal growth and spiritual development. In 2020, her journey took a magnificent turn as she joined the Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement under the guidance of Master Jayaprada and the leadership of Master Lechumanan Bangarai. Since her introduction to PSSM, Shema has been an integral part of its activities, embodying its principles and embracing its teachings with unwavering dedication. Her involvement has led her to serve as the Vice President of PSSM Malaysia, a testament to her passion and commitment to the organization's name. Shema's transformative journey within PSSM has not only impacted her personal life, but has also inspired her to share her insights and experiences with others. Through her dedication, she has become a professional meditation teacher, guiding numerous students on their own paths of self-discovery and inner peace. Moreover, Shema's deep exploration of spiritual texts, particularly the Bhagavad Gita, has enriched her understanding of life's profound questions and provided practical solutions to everyday challenges. So today, she stands before us, eager to share the timeless wisdom of the Gita, weaving together its teachings with her own journey of growth and transformation realization. Please join me in welcoming Shemawathi Subramaniam, a beacon of wisdom and inspiration, as she enlightens us with her insights into her journey of transformation through the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Good morning. Over
Good
to
morning.
you.
Good morning, Yamini. That was actually an immense introduction about myself. Thank you so much. It was very nice to hear it from you. Thank you so much. Okay. And good morning to everyone here. How are you all feeling? I hope you will enjoy listening to me. Okay. Before I start, can I ask how many of you have been learning Bhagavad Gita or have an idea to learn Bhagavad Gita or listening to Gita recitation or teaching Gita? If you have, you can put in the chat box. Let me see. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. And any interest to learn Bhagavad Gita, to know more? Yeah. Okay, we have, you can put in the chat box. Okay. So, because if you have been learning, I just want to ask, in one word, what we can say about Bhagavad Gita? In one word, we can say Bhagavad Gita teaches about that we are soul, not the body. Na jayate na mriyate, mentioned by Patriji. I read this in Patriji's book. The soul nor is created, neither is created, nor it can be destroyed. So it's eternal, right? So when we have this idea of that we are not the body, but the soul, whatever teaching in Bhagavad Gita, we can really absorb it and we can implement in life. And that's how I understand Gita. So when you see yourself as a body, a lot of things that your mind will absorb and put you in a very difficult state to make decision. But when you think that you are a soul, a lot of things that you can conquer, you can lead your life the way you want in a very blissful way. So basically, that's how I understand. And I'm still learning. I'm still new to Bhagavad Gita. I'm still doing my very best to, know better about Bhagavad Gita. So whatever I have learned from my master Lakshmanan, who's the president, none other than the president of PSSM Malaysia, I implemented a few verses in my life, and I saw tremendous transformation within me. And that's why I'm here to share it with you. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank, to show pranams to my master, pranams to our Jagat Guru, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. Because of him, I'm here today. And of course, my Guru, Master Lakshmanan Bangaria. And that's the reason why I'm talking about, he is the reason, the only reason why I'm talking about Bhagavad Gita today. He has imparted whatever he knows about Bhagavad Gita to me, regardless of time, place. He have imparted a lot of knowledge. So, and that's why I'm here today. And also to Master Parinita for giving me this platform to share what I have gained in my life. So thank you to all of you. And shall we move to the session today? Let me share the screen. Okay. Am I audible and visible? Yamini? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Vinay, Master Vinay. Okay. Yes, Bhagavad Gita in my life. Okay. So topics that I'm going to touch here, basically more on peace and harmony. All these that I have gained, the experience that I gained in my life. Faith, self-control, desire, anger, fear, work without concern for the result. This is a main essence that I have so far. There are many more to learn, but these are the essence that I have so far encountered and I'm implementing in my life. So the first thing I'm going to start with Shrimad chapter 4, verse 33. Shreyan dravya mayat yajnya yajnyach jnana yajnya parantapa sarvam karma kilam partha jnane parisamapyate. So here, Bhagavan Krishna is telling, O Parantapa, Arjuna, sacrifice in the form of knowledge is superior to sacrifice performed with material things. For all actions without exception culminate in knowledge, O Partha. So Jnana Yajna is ultimate. It's the highest than any other yajnas. That's what Krishna is telling here. So Bhagavan Krishna assured us that to Arjuna that sacrificing knowledge is far superior than sacrificing material and possessions. Because when we sacrifice in the form of knowledge, what we get is we get knowledge. When we get knowledge, our understanding became better. And when our understanding become better, our life become better. Our doubts will be cleared. So that's why sacrificing in the form of knowledge is far superior than sacrificing material possession. Like many masters came here and they shared with you whatever knowledge they had before me and who's going to come after this. Because of that knowledge, they came and they shared with us. We gain something from their knowledge as well as their experience, right? And then we implement that. We try to do that in our life, do some research and all that. And that's how we become better. So I would like to dedicate this phrase, sloka, to all the masters who keep sharing their knowledge, spending their time, their quality time, gathering knowledge in their life. So yes, and that's why I'm here as well, because of this sloka. I'm here also because of that, to sacrifice in the form of knowledge rather than other possessions like donation or whatever. So, all right, let's go to the next one. Yes, okay, these three word slokas that I have used in my life. I have researched and I try to implement in my life and try to gain some better knowledge and understanding about life through these verses, and they play important role as well as they have impacted my life in some ways. So all these three verses is about cause and effect. One cause leads to one effect, and that effect become cause of another effect. So basically, this all three slokas is basically talking about that. Let's see. This is what I have come up with. I follow this in my life. So let's look at when you don't have knowledge, the cause is not having knowledge. It will lead to uncontrolled mind, meaning you will have desires and you don't know whether this desire is important or not important, because you become extreme. You want more and more and more, like Duryodhana. He want more and more, is uncontrollable mind. So they want more and more, not enough forever. So desire will lead to disastrous. Trishna is what we say, extreme desire. You can have desire. It's not that Krishna is not telling you not to have desire. You can have desire, but is it uncontrollable? Can you control? Do you know how much you need and how much you don't need? That's how I look at myself. If it's needed, then if it's not. So sometimes desire, if you have extreme desire, uncontrolled mind especially, because you don't have knowledge, we don't have knowledge. So mind is uncontrolled, we jump into a lot of things. And then when the cause of uncontrol leads to no power of concentration, there's no focus in whatever we are doing. So have you seen people who jump from one business to another? They already have a good business or they already have good education, but they like to jump. They like to, pick here and there, not focus in one thing. Yeah, even when you are into a field, let's say, like for me, I like Bhagavad Gita. I'm into focus 100% in Bhagavad Gita. I don't want to get into other things because I can do the best. If I focus in one thing, I can do the best. Once I finish, I'll focus to another. This is how I follow in my life. So power of concentration definitely all this come with meditation. Only through meditation you can have power of concentration. And when this cause of no power of concentration will lead to no peace, because your mind always fluctuates, right? Yes, and there's no peace. You think peace is here, peace is there, but everywhere you go, you find there is no peace. And finally, it will lead to no peace is what the cause that which lead to next effect, no happiness. So everything is interrelated. One cause to another effect. That effect causes the other effect. And so what we have to do in our lives is self-control. Self-control is actually where I'm coming here is the starting point is self-restraint. That's where everything starts. Self-control, sense control. You can name it any way you like. But all this happens when you start meditating. So meditation is the core. So when you start self-control, self-restraint, for example, what do you mean by self-control or self-restraint? is you have to maintain control over one sense, your senses, so you can foster inner peace and develop your spiritual growth. And it doesn't mean that you have to run away from life. Enjoy your life, current life, with whatever you want. But then when you enjoy your life, you have to have your life in a regulated manner. Live your life in a regulated manner. You have to have a rule in reading your life. And that rule and that art of living, you can find in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna has given the secret of how to live a regulate life. And that's what I found. So I started with controlling my senses first. Why senses is very important in controlling? It's because, let's say, okay, talking about eating, sleeping, okay, reproducing or creating, all these need to have control over sense control. What happens if the sense is not controlled? The desire will increase extremely high and ended up in disastrous, as I told you just now. For example, let's take water. Water is actually gives, if let's say water doesn't have a control, when it has a control, it gives the best to humankind. It's very important for the crops. It benefits the crops. But let's say water, it's unlimited. Let's say it doesn't have a control. What happened? Flood. Flood can destroy destroy villages, destroy the crop finally. Same goes to when you sleep too much. Sense control. There's no sense control. Eat too much. Eat unnecessary. Eat what you have to eat, what your body asks, what your body actually needs. So when we have this knowledge, we will control the senses. But if you don't, extensive eating will bring you to all kind of diseases. And when diseases come, when you encounter disease in your body, that's no more peace. There's no more peace in life already. Because you have to spend money, time, and so many things to cure your cure your disease. So that's how self-control works. So in anything you take, let it be water or sleep or food, everything needs a self-control. Right? Studying also needs a self-control. You can't be studying overnight, burning the midnight oil, and then the next day you fall asleep in the school. You're going to lose your concentration in school. So all this, you can apply self-control in many things. I started with sense control in my food. I achieved. And then I started sense control in my work. I don't work too much. I used to work too much. I reduced because I know my body needs rest. So I control all the senses. I control senses, then I put my desire. So everything came into place. And now I'm enjoying the beauty of life. So next is mental immunity to the physical world. What is mental immunity? Mental immunity means the ability of our mind to cope with whatever the life throws to us. So when we are able to grab whatever life throws to us, we will have more capability to have more understanding, and will observe. Okay, when life throws all kind of thing, we'll understand, we'll observe, and we will move our thoughts towards the painful. We will move from painful thoughts or events that happen in our life without completely ignoring or getting stressed, okay, or disturbed with all this kind of events. That is what mental immunity to the physical world. So mental immunity is very important for us. And talking about mental immunity, I would like to share you an experience. A story, a very simple story about a sannyasi. So what happened, this sannyasi goes house to house to ask for food. So he went to one house. Like that, one day he went to one house and asked for food. And what happened? This lady didn't want to entertain this sannyasi. So he keep asking for food. She denies. She closed the door. She went. She shouted to him first. After that, she closed the door and she went inside. She didn't want to give him any food. And then he keeps the sannyasi was there, keep standing there asking for food. And what happened? The lady opened the door, and really she opened the door, shouted, and then just she want him to go away from that place. So what she did, she just threw the ash into his bowl. Then she shut the door and she went. So after receiving that ash in the bowl, the sannyasi didn't get angry. He only told to himself, at least this lady has heart to give the ash. That's how he think. So now she may give ash, later she might give cash. So that's how he thought, right? So that is how we accept, whatever life throw to us, because in one point of life we gain, but there are another part where we will lose. There is dark and brightness in our life. Sometimes we are in the dark moment, sometimes we are in the brighter moment. So there are always the two duality in the lives that we have to understand. Then we will learn and we will progress. So then when we have mental immunity, we are able, this is basically acceptance, okay? So we will have peace, right? And what happened? Dissolution of disturbance. Once peace is there, you have all the control, you can terminate all the disturbance in your life. And once you're able to terminate all the disturbance in your life, you will have a clarity in your mind. Then when you have clarity, you have steadiness and stability, because steadiness and stability is very important in making decisions. As a mother, as a teacher, as a manager, you need this steadiness and stability. If you have this, definitely you reach the highest peak here, happiness. It will definitely reach you. You don't even have to think whether don't have to really put your mind focus in happiness. If you can follow the rest, happiness come in your way. So that's how I follow my life today. So I follow all the steps. And let's look at the next sloka that really impacted my life. Karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam tyakta manishinaha janma bandham vinirmukta padam gachanti namayam. So this is actually basically sloka that changes my life in many ways, where I got my answers for all the misery that happened in my life with this one verse itself in sloka. I came to know this from Master Lakshmanan, president of PSSM. So my life took a very significant turn when I joined PSSM. Prior to that, I actually was basically engulfed in sorrow due to some incident that happened in my life in year 2020. So what happened after the incident? I was completely shut down, meaning I was not able to focus. I was not able to work. I was totally in confusion. And I, much like Arjuna in in the Mahabharata, where he was very confused, right? And he was put in front of his king and kith. He was not able to take decision. He was totally shocked, and he told Lord Krishna, "I want to withdraw back. I don't want to fight the battle." The same thing happened to me. So when I was going through this sloka, I understand the same thing was happening to me. So, and what I couldn't comprehend, why things happening to me in this way, and I had a lot of questions. I asked the God, I asked everybody around me. I mean, especially my immediate family, why this is happening to me? No one could give me an answer. And that put me to a point that I find my life is useless. I should not live. And this kind of thing started to take over. And, my mind started to tell me all this, and I was listening and very down in my life. And I also had immense anger towards people who hurt me, but I was not I did not fight back is because that is my nature. So and that's where I attended this time. Then I attended Master Lachmanan's Gita class and come across this chapter, sloka. And that time I was given an opportunity to host the entire Bhagavad Gita class. So I took that opportunity and I stumbled with this sloka. And in this very sloka, like you can see, for wise men endowed with equanimity, renouncing the fruit of action and freed from the shackle of birth, attain blissful supreme states. That's what Krishna mentioned. So he beautifully, Lord Krishna explained to us that we have to be detached, okay, to the outcomes. We should not be attached to the outcomes. That's when first I learned about detachment. So I understood that all this misery that I had before is because of my attachment. So who can I blame? I was blaming a lot of people. But when I got to know this sloka, I realized that I am the person to be blamed, not them. And it became clear to me that after learning this sloka, I learned that in the process of looking for happiness, we only meet disappointment. We, like for example, we long for love. What we meet is disappointment. We often find misery because we have set our mind attached to the mind that this is what I want. We envy others, not knowing that every moment we are nearing that. That's what Krishna mentioned, actually explaining in this sloka. And the realization came to me when Master Lakshmanan was explaining this sloka. I had the realization, understand that nobody has ever attained true happiness through materialistic endeavors. So it made me to realize that the path that I was in before was actually worthless, it's pointless. So and then after that, it prompted me to take a U-turn in my life to the spiritual life, and that's how I'm here today, talking in front of you. So this is why I say this sloka really gave me a clear understanding of the problems that I face. It's basically about attaching to a lot of things, and that's what. Then I started learning detachment. Until today, it's not easy, something easy to be practiced. I know that, I understand, but I try my best. Start from small, little things that I can detach, and now I came to a place where I can detach a lot of things in my life. Like for example, my daughter, she's 18 years old, and you see, children sometimes obtain good result, sometimes they don't obtain good result. So when they obtain good result, you're very happy. So when happiness is there, you receive it with full heart. But when there is sorrow, let's say she did not obtain good results, what as a mother usually mothers do is they become very angry, and then they are disappointed or upset. So what I did, I try to detach from results. Detach, I didn't expect. So what I did, I said, as a mother, I said, you can try better. So we can apply all this detachment in our life, in small things like this, in our children's life, in our life, or our relationship with our husbands. We can have some detachment. All right, so that's how I practice detachment. And here I would like to tell another story about this king, King Nahusha. Now, King Nahusha has actually 6 sons, okay? And he wants to give the kingdom, to pass the kingdom to his son Yati, who is the eldest. And Yati rejected, he refused to accept, to take the place as a king, because he said, according to Yati, he said, if he takes the place as a king, he cannot be serious in self-realization. So he is looking forward for self-realization, not the throne whatsoever. And then the king Nahusha got very angry. So he went to king, the brother, the younger brother, Yayati. King Yayati, Yayati is actually has a lot of desire, and he loved to enjoy life to the fullest. He have many wives and mistress, okay, and he's quite weak when it comes to women. So one day he got cursed by his father-in-law, one of his father-in-law. He's sage, actually. He's sage Sukracharya. So sage Sukracharya became very angry because he betrayed King Yayati betrayed the wife. And so he cursed him to turn old and have a very disfigured body. What happened after that? Cursed king went and appealed to sage Sukracharya, saying that, return my youth, and sage says, I can only curse once. I can't return. I can't return him. I can't return you the youth. I can only curse. But one thing I can do is, if you can bring someone, I can. I'm willing to exchange the youthness of one person to another. That one he said he can do as a sage. So what the king will do, from old age he can become young by exchanging from a young youth. So what this king will do, definitely he ran, because he's full of desire. He's attached to his body. He doesn't know that body is not what we have to, concern is about soul. So he is very desired. He wants to look young because he wants to enjoy life. Is extreme desire, I would say, because he's willing to exchange somebody's youthfulness into him. That is extreme. That is Krishna, extreme desire. See, because attachment to the body. So he went to the village and asked so many people around there. Of course, nobody wants to do that. It's not a possible thing. How could they want to give away their youthfulness? And then the king was very upset, came back to the palace, and he has 5 sons. So he went one by one, asking each of them. And none of them agreed. Okay. But then he finally went to his youngest son named Puru. So when he asked Puru, the youngest son, he agreed with wholeheartedly. That was very surprising. But what he said was, what could be more a more chance to repay the father who gave him this body? So that's how he thought. So he said, if I can show you this mercy, my life I will enjoy the higher life. That's how he sees it. We see the quality of his mind and the quality of the father's mind. It's a very low quality of this Yayati's mind than the son. So like he didn't disobey the father. He was very faithful to the father. And basically he's not attached to his body. So he's don't mind. He want to give away the youthfulness to the father. So, and the sage managed to exchange the youthfulness. But then what happened in Yayati's life? He was not happy. He was not at peace. He was not in harmony. He was having, the extreme desire brought him into a lot of problem, and he don't have any freedom after that. He didn't enjoy life. So some point in his, that's actually a very long story, but I'll make it short. He didn't have any happiness in life, and he made a decision to free himself from desire. So he went back to Puru, his son, and said, he exchanged his youthfulness back to his son, and he got the old age. And then not only that, he didn't stop with that. He gave the entire kingdom to his son Puru. He made him as an emperor of the kingdom, and he left to the forest. So this is a story that we can talk about how when you attach to body, when you attach to desire, what you do, it will increase and increase day by day, and there won't be any self-control. When you lose control, where there is no equanimity, there is no, basically, Bhagavad Gita is all about middle path. You must have equanimity, balance in your life. If you have desire, it has to be balanced. If you want to enjoy, you have to be balanced. So if we learn this knowledge, whatever, when we go into enjoyment or any kind of desire, we know how to balance it. You don't have to renounce it completely, but you can balance it. That lead to a better life. Right? So that's what this sloka is all about. Let me go to the next one. Klebhyam masma gama partha na tatve yupaphatyate shudram hridaya draubalyam tyakto tishta parantapa. Okay, so what actually this sloka is all about, you can read here. Yield no unmanliness, O Partha. Partha means Arjuna, for it does not become thee. Shake off this pity, faint-heartedness, and arise, O Parantapa. So basically here is about fearlessness. This entire sloka is one of most favorite sloka by Vivekananda. So Vivekananda's favorite sloka, and he actually has commented on this sloka in his way. Let's look at the next one. Yes, if there is one word that you find coming out like a bombshell from the Upanishads, bursting like a bombshell upon masses of ignorance, it is the word fearlessness by Vivekananda. So what he's trying to say is the religion that should be taught, that's what he says, the religion that should be taught is the religion of fearlessness. It is fear that brings misery, that brings death, that brings evil. So what is the cause of all this misery is the ignorance of our true nature. So whenever I read this sloka, I feel I always want to practice fearlessness. So I try to apply this in my life. So whatever that I feel fear, I try to do it and then practice fearlessness. For example, okay, 1 second, battery. For example, let's take students. Like I teach students. That is my profession. I'm a teacher. So when I teach students, what I see in the student is the fear. It's the fear to talk to me, to present in the class and all that. Basically, I find out the reason why they are fearful. It all comes to the same place where they are fear because they are actually expecting a better result. They always want a better result, so they had the fear. They want rewards. Okay, they want to be appreciated. So these kind of things running in their mind. And basically, exam means, marks means, is very important. Exam means marks for them. So when they put their mind into this fear, what happens? They couldn't perform well in the exam. The mind becomes shut. And they are not able to think wisely, or they forgot whatever they have studied. So then I find out from the student, I ask questions, what is their, why they have fearfulness. And I ask this to students who don't perform well, not to the students who perform well. So when I interview them, I found out most of them, the cause is because fearfulness. So, and then I came to a point that I have to find ways to reduce their fearfulness or avoid totally the fearfulness within them. So I make my class very interesting, allowing students to talk and not, giving negative feedbacks. I try to make my sentence as positive as possible. So I learned that through this verses, and how important is this to teach children the religion of fearlessness than anything else. And even in my life, when I go and see any important person or VIPs, I used to be very fearful, thinking of, only my mind is what they will think about me. So I delete all that. I don't think about the end results. Because when you think about end results, what reward I'm going to get, what people are going to think of me. is actually expectation. It's called an expectation. Expectation can bring out feeling of excitement for success, but they can also lead to feeling of sorrow due to fear of failure. That's what fearfulness can create. And the true success is not solely determined by the result that we achieve. Because people think success lies in the end result, whatever we get at the end. But success is actually your aim. Success lies in the aim you have, the purpose you have. When you do something, you have aim, you have purpose, then you put effort, and you have good intention as well. You carry a very good characteristic while performing that particular work. And perfection is what Patriji say. You must have perfection in whatever you do. Of course, we all want result, but don't attach to result. That will create misery actually when you attach to result, like the students attach to the exam results. What happened? They become very nervous. Even a good student can flop during the final exam because of this. Because I've interviewed a few students, that's what I found. Fear of the end result. So Patriji say perfection comes to aim, purpose, effort, whatever you put in that work, despite thinking about the result. Okay, so that is what is very important, perfection. So the quality comes under perfection. Okay, when you have perfection, it's quality. Whatever you do, whatever you perform, it has the quality in it. You can't be having two mind. I can do, but maybe I can do good, maybe I can do well, or maybe I can't do well. No such thing. It has to have perfection. And when we focus on giving our best in all aspects, like I mentioned, the aim, the perfection, the effort, intention, that is already a success. So what happens? Result is inconsequential for us. It's insignificant after that because you already put effort. There is a perfection in your work. That is already a success. Definitely you will earn or learn a lot of things out of it. And it's important to remember that there are external factors beyond our control that can influence the result. If we only fixed on the end result to define success, we're not only going to have the fear of feeling like, your failure, but you will never step into the path of success, the journey of success, due to fear of failure. That's what fear can do to you, and attachment can do to you when you attach yourself to the end results. So whenever you, like Patriji says, whenever you do your work, do not attach to the results. Like in Bhagavad Gita, many chapters, that's what mentioned, especially in chapter 2. Bhagavan Krishna mentioned about this most of the time, saying, like, for example, so what I did when I came to know this, I ventured into a few business. I joined some of my friends and ventured into a business. So I tried to implement this, not attaching to result. So they thought it's actually a new business. I simply joined, not to earn or something like that. That was not my main idea. My main idea, I want to see whether I can implement this into that new business. So I went. They taught me how to present. It's about a product. I just took up like that, and how to present, and what are the things that I need to know in terms of the technology, which is all very new for me. So I grabbed all that, and I did a lot of work, meaning that I want to grab the knowledge. Okay, so I grabbed as much knowledge as possible about the thing, the particular business. And then I went into, until then I didn't meet anybody. Then I started meeting people, talking to people. Now, when I have an appointment, okay, a business appointment, I basically, when I was an old Shema, before I come to PSSM or getting to know about Gita, I have this fearfulness within me to meet people. I can be a lecturer, I can be a teacher in school, in college, but when it comes to out of my field, I always have this fear, because I always keep my mind about the end result. Well, what results I'll get, whether, people will like what I'm going to, say, present, or what I'm going to show. So because of that, so this time I put everything away. And I said, okay, I'm going with whatever knowledge I have, because I have gained the knowledge. I know what is right and wrong. That's what Gita taught me. What is right and wrong. So I know what to talk, my Vakshetra. I know what not to talk. That's what Patriji says. The Vakshetra is important. You can't simply say everything you like. So I went there. I just shared my knowledge. I never had anything related to the result. Whether this person is going to sign up, is going to join me, or is going to, buy whatever products you're selling. I don't keep that in my mind. I just went there with full of passion, and I wanted to enjoy that day. I just wanted to enjoy presenting. Nothing was in my mind. Basically, I can say I was in a blank state. So I went and explained to that person, the customer, and then that's how I started. And every customer, to my surprise, every customer that I present, never, they didn't go back without signing. They immediately accept and sign up. So I was keeping the balance, not to be too happy. That's what Gita told me, not to have extreme happiness or not to be happy at all. I just maintain it. I said, okay, fine. Maybe, because the result is not in my hand. If I go with expectation to the customer that I must make sure today she signed up, I think I'll ruin, or I'll come back with disappointment. I'll never continue that business. That's how I see the art of working. I apply the art of working in that sense. So even you get disappointment, or even you get good feedback or anything you achieve, you have to be balanced. So according to the great poet Kalidas, he says that who is a brave man? Who are the brave person? A brave person, those mind are always stable, okay, though that not disturbed, although there is some sources of disturbance present, yet his mind is not disturbed. This person is known to be the most bravest person. And like Mahatma Gandhi also mentioned that who is the greatest man? A greatest man is a man who finds shanti in ashanti. So that means you have to be, like what Krishna says, equanimity, balance it. So even though there is disappointment, and you just have to maintain the same feeling, you have to be the same person. All right. Then you will not give up that particular business or whatever work you're doing, the noble work you're doing, you won't give up. Otherwise, like students do that. When they fail, they give up. All right. So because the fear of failure. So fear of failure bring you to the next level that you won't even step into the journey, right? As I told you. So do you want to continue your study? They discontinue the study. Why many students discontinue their studies? In Malaysia, we have a lot of problems where they discontinue their studies due to this fact, because they are afraid to even step into the journey of success, thinking that success means result. And that's where the fear comes. So that's why Vivekananda favorite quote is chapter 2, verse 3. So I also, I also implement this in my life as well as my children's life. All right, let's go to the next verse, chapter 2, verse 7. Karpanya doso pahasatva bhavaha prichyamitvam dharma sammudha chetaha yakshre yashyan nischitam bruhi tanme sisyasya deham sadhi mam tvam prapanna. My very being is overpowered by the sense of cowardice. My understanding is confused as to duty. I ask thee, tell me for certain which is better. I am these disciple. Pray, instruct me, who has sought refuge in thee. So here, Lord Krishna will actually come to an extent that initially he was arguing with Lord Krishna that he wanted to back off. He didn't want to fight, and he didn't want to fight because he don't want to hurt his kin and kith. And having a right mind, he want to go into inaction. And Duryodhana having the wrong mind, the wrong thinking, coming into action. So this is not supposed to happen. So when we have right thinking, we have to go into action. And that's how people out there will get, through us, they can get a lot of clear their confusion when we are in action. Like, for example, we know a lot of things about spiritual or any other things that, noble things that we learn through PSSM. We're going to keep it to yourself. That is inaction already. You have to come out and go into action. Share it with people that you know. That's why Patriji always say, it's not enough only, meditation is not only enough. You have to read books. Okay, sacrifice, Jnana Yajna. And then finally, sharing. Patriji always stresses us in sharing. That is the reason. You have to come into actions. So here, Arjuna went into inaction. He doesn't want to fight the battle, which is not right. So finally, after Lord Krishna managed to, with all the verses and all that, if you go into Bhagavad Gita, slowly managed to make Arjuna understand. And Arjuna came to this point where he totally get dejected, and then he can't do much. So he goes to Lord Krishna and surrender. And he tells that, Lord Krishna, I'm now very confused with my duty. Because he's a Kshatriyan and he don't want to do his duty. That is already making a sin. And he begs Krishna, tell me what is my duty. And he said, I will totally surrender to you. And he said that the error that I did, the error of my cowardice has damaged my personality as a Kshatriya. And because this is due to I'm deluded intellect. I had deluded intellect, which I cannot decide what is right and wrong. So when our intellect is deluded, because it's taken control by the mind, so then definitely this is the same thing like Arjuna is going through, we will go through in our life. We will be deluded and our intellect will shut. So we will act in terms from our mind side. Because mind will fluctuate. It's a monkey mind. Today they say do, tomorrow it will say don't do. So intellect is the one who will give you the right, will look into right and wrong. So tell me what is definitely appropriate. Arjuna will ask Krishna and guide me. So he said, I'm surrendered to you. I'm your refuge, under your refuge, and things like that. So from here I learned about non-expectation and more acceptance. And every time I recite this sloka before I go out from my house, I realize that my ego has gone down. Every time when there is a problem, I always recite this to remind myself, all right, that I should surrender. And by surrendering, I'm having the faith on the God. Okay, this is not only in the God, the universe. So he who has faith and who is absorbed in wisdom, which is jnana, has restrained his sense, gained wisdom, and thus quickly attained supreme peace. So, so here we attain faith by when we have faith in ourselves. First thing, we have to have faith in ourselves. Lord Buddha has actually came up with this 7 faith in that oneself should have. That is faith in yourself, faith in your guru, faith in guru's teaching, faith in guru's faith, faith in God, faith in God's teaching, and faith in God's faith. So this verse will teach us that as well, to have faith in ourselves. First, to believe in ourselves. Whatever we do, we believe in ourselves. Then only we can take the next step. Faith in Guru. So like Patriji, we have faith in Patriji. So we listen to Patriji. Whatever Patriji taught, we listen and we try to implement. We try to do research, and we find out ways to come out from our delusion or whatever, our problems. So we had faith in his teaching, following his 18 principles, faith in his faith, whatever he believed. Like say, for me, Patriji always mentioned about Bhagavad Gita. So I went into Bhagavad Gita. Like my master uh, always talk about Bhagavad Gita. You always say that if you learn Bhagavad Gita, there are so many things that you can realize. So he had faith so much on Bhagavad Gita. So I had the same faith. And he has faith so much in Patriji. So I followed. I had the same faith in Patriji. And faith in God. So the universe. I look at God as a universe. So when I go out, I recite these slokas to tell myself that I have faith. So whatever I'm doing, I believe I can do it. And then I let it go. Okay. I don't think about it too much or get myself confused with that particular thing. So in that way, when I surrender or I have the faith, I will surrender. The moment I surrender, I feel so relieved, and many of my work related, business related things has achieved, not in a bigger scale, but at least I achieved. And that is always a progress. So faith is one of the most important things that everyone everyone in the world should have. Because if there is no faith between husband and wife, just think about the relationship. It's going to be a mess. When there is no faith on your teacher, you won't have confidence on the teacher. You will not listen to the teacher. When the mother don't have faith on the daughter, she always have a doubt on the daughter. And when the daughter don't have faith on the mother, she will never agree anything the mother says. She will never believe the mother. Even the mother would do good things, yet the daughter will not have any faith. So what is the point? Then the mother feels so upset and sad because the daughter doesn't have a faith. And she finds that all her sacrifice is a waste. And some mothers become very disappointed, depressed, and go into depression. And that's how they lead their life. So faith is the most important. Like, for example, if you're going to plant a seed, first thing what we do is we remove the weeds. Okay, and then we plant it. So if you have, then the plant will grow stronger and stronger. Likewise, you in order to have faith, you must have knowledge also. If you have knowledge, through the knowledge, you clear your doubt. When you clear your doubt, your faith becomes strong. So like the wheat is on top. You clear the wheat, then you plant the seed, it becomes strong. So everything is interrelated. With a proper knowledge, you clear your doubt, your faith becomes strong. You will believe in yourself. Without that proper knowledge, you will have a lot of doubt about yourself. Not only you, your guru, even the God. Some people have no faith on God because they don't have knowledge. They don't read Bhagavad Gita. They don't do research. They don't find out what actually Lord Krishna is telling you. If they find out all that with this knowledge, they will have faith in Bhagavad Gita. They will have faith in the teachings of Krishna. So that's how this verse will have implemented in my life. And that's how I started going deeper and deeper into Gita, because every day my confidence increases. My belief system increases in many things that I do. And that's how, Bhagavad Gita, I said, in my life has give me a lot of, I have transformed a lot by learning Bhagavad Gita in my life. So these are some of the resources that you can read and get to know more about Bhagavad Gita. Like I have here Patriji's book, Bhagavad Gita. I think this is a new one in English. We have in Tamil, the red one is in Tamil. So this is Patriji came out with this book, Bhagavad Gita. And there are selective verses given by Patriji, which is very important in our life. So by reading this book itself, you will have a lot of clarity. And then, and then slowly everything will come into place. Then Patriji's answer. It's a very beautiful book. That's a lot of things Patriji discussed. There are so many topics, including Bhagavad Gita, but Patriji's side will quote many things on Bhagavad Gita when he explains about meditation, about, breath, awareness and all this, he will always quote Bhagavad Gita. So that way we can understand Bhagavad Gita in a better way. And Gita for Success in Modern Life, given to me by my master guru, Master Lichmanan. And here as well, you can find out how you can implement Bhagavad Gita into your ordinary life. Okay, and then Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Science of Self-Realization is a wonderful book that I have. It talks about the process of self-realization, many things about self-realization. The science beyond it is basically is important. You know, even if you want to achieve in your life, yoga is the most important thing in order. Patriji say is most important in your life, because you can do you can be a yogi as well as involving yourself in engaging yourself in work or business. So if you are an engineer, if you know you're a yogi and an engineer, you will be a best engineer. Okay, and if you're a mother as well as a yogi, you will be the best yogi, because that is the self-realization. And if you're a teacher, you're a yogi, you will actually achieve a lot in the in your work as a teacher. And that's what I learned from all these resources. And Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is from the Gita Ashram, where it's all about Bhagavad Gita. All these 18 chapters are there, and also Shrimad Bhagavatam. Many stories that I get learn from Shrimad Bhagavatam give you a very better understanding certain slokas in Bhagavad Gita, because it is explained in a very what do you call practical terms. So that's how that's when I understand the practical term of Bhagavad Gita, I can implement in my life. So I did a few research on all these resources, as well as you can actually listen to many audios which is available in YouTube on Bhagavad Gita, like Swami Mugunta. I always listen to Swami Mugunta, and there are many other masters talking about Bhagavad Gita that also the essence of Bhagavad Gita that also helped me to understand Gita more in depth. So it is not easy to practice whatever mentioned in Gita, but then if you take initiative to do a research and then try to implement in little things, then maybe you can see the overall picture, how it affects you in your life, and lead a happy life every moment. So every time when I am about to do something in my life, the only question I ask is, if I do this, will I attain happiness? Is it going to give me bliss? Because having the spiritual knowledge now, I'm looking into understanding. I want to reach the blissful part in my life. It will be pleasant. Some things you have to differentiate between bliss and pleasant. You do something is pleasant, but not blissful. You have to understand the difference there. And so I always ask myself, then only I do something. This is how and that when I do this in my life, I find the bliss. And if something out of my control, because result is definitely affected by other factors. So if it doesn't happen, I accept it. And sometimes it's difficult to accept certain things. Not everything we can accept at this moment, because I'm still progressing, I'm still learning. But somehow or other, my mind will keep telling me that, Shima, you have to accept it. It will remind me. So you see, reminder is something great, I would say, because your mind is reminding to do the right thing all the time. So it's easy for you to come out from the problem when your mind itself is positive. If it is not positive, let's say you don't have this knowledge and all that, and you're not meditating, your mind fluctuates. It will give you all kind of negativity. It will tell you to do a lot of things which is not pleasant for your body or even for yourself. So by having this knowledge, it helps me to always remind me that whatever I'm doing, whether I'm doing correctly or wrongly, and if I'm doing something wrongly, it very quickly reminds me that I'm in the wrong place in the wrong path. I should come out. So when my heart says that and my mind says the same thing, I immediately take action. And all this while, when I do this, and the feedback after I do such action, I only attain happiness. Though I never think about whether I'm going to get happiness or not. For example, my job. I was doing a permanent job outside in a institution, in a college. I was not happy. I was going through stress, but I kept doing what I was told. Then one day, my mind kept telling me, you're not doing what you like. You should just stop. And then, my monkey mind says, if you stop, what are you going to do for earning? The monkey mind comes. But then again, my mind says, no. Remember what the verse says? Surrender. Surrender. And then don't. And what Lord Krishna says to you, do not depend on the result. Okay? Just do it. And what is important for you is you have to have satisfaction whatever you do. So if there is no satisfaction, if you continue, it's not going to give you happiness. So when it says like that, then I said, okay, fine. My heart also was saying the same thing. My body also was not helping me out. I was having a lot of problem, not able to wake up in the morning. So I understand that my body, my mind, my intellect works the same way at the same time. So, and then I find that is the right decision. I quit. But to my surprise, after I quit, what I found out was there were many students who liked my classes because, as I told you earlier, the art of working I applied in my job. I always put a lot of effort. I have proper aim and purpose when I go to the class, I teach. So the students liked me so much. So when I stopped, they all came to me asking me to teach personally through the Zoom. They don't even mind me teaching them via Zoom. So, and I was so happy. I earned more than what I was earning working full time in the particular premise. So this is a great transformation. I applied and I saw the results for myself. So that's why I started, falling. I was falling in love every moment with Gita. So if you want to find remedy to your problems in life, my only advice is actually this. I'm just conveying my thought. Don't take it as an advice. Is to know more about Bhagavad Gita. It will take earlier. It will take little time for you to understand. But if you do research, every masters in PSSM will ask us to do research. Do research on your own, and you definitely find a way out from whatever you are facing in your life, especially negativity and problems. Even after studying, having Bhagavad Gita, knowing Bhagavad Gita, you would still have problems. It's not you study, if you know Bhagavad Gita, the problems won't come to you, but you will know how to face the problem with wholeheartedly and balancing your mind, body, and intellect. Everything will be balanced. So you won't have disappointment. You know why you didn't get something and why you got something. So that's beauty. When you know why you get something and why you don't get something, that is the beauty of life. If you don't know, because you don't have knowledge, if you don't know, then you lose faith in everything you do in your life. So everything in Bhagavad Gita is interconnected. So you can't just stop with chapter 1, chapter 2. You have to read all the chapters. Just take your sweet time. Don't have to rush. And definitely you come to a beautiful end in your life. And then you can start sharing with other people. Like today, I know I still need a lot of practice in Bhagavad Gita, but that's something that I think I should go into action and share to people. So whatever I mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, I try to implement. And then I find out for myself. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for listening. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you, Yamini.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was indeed a great session. Thank you, first of all, for accepting our invitation, and we're so grateful for your presence. Actually, I would like to add something. I would like to tell something. I remember one shloka when I recently met a spiritual master. So he explained me a few shlokas and meanings of that shloka. So when you were present in this session, I remembered that. Just I would like to share it with you. It is something like, it is from chapter 4. As far as I remember. Tatvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatva darshanaha, which translates to learn the truth from a spiritual master, because a self-realized person is the one who can give knowledge and impart us knowledge, because as he has experienced the truth and as he has seen the truth. So masters like you are coming daily to our sessions and giving their efforts and sharing their wisdom. It is us who has to be ready for implementing the knowledge and wisdom. See, we all read a lot of books, we gather a lot of information, but it takes time to convert into wisdom. It takes a lot of sadhana, it takes a lot of meditation. So thank you so much, ma'am. Masters, if you have any kind of questions or if you want to share something, you can switch on your cameras or you can text in the chat box, or else you can use the comment section on YouTube. Questions? Srimati has raised her hand.
Master, thank you so much for the session today. It was really interesting for me because I have never read Bhagavad Gita, even though, when I was going to school in India, I had to study for, just school purposes, but I really didn't know the meaning of whatever I was, reading. But now I got the Patriji's book. I never opened that book. I was reading other books, like I'm just reading autobiography of Yogi. So I was thinking probably after this, I wanted to read that. I tried reading, but I was not able to understand, what was the exact verse. And I feel like people all often misunderstand what's exactly the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Like, I mean, I feel like in my family, I can say, right, like they have some other explanation for Bhagavad Gita, but it's something else, and it's not the exact meaning of what Patriji has written. So for me, it was like, oh my God, they taught me completely wrong, and it's not the exact way that is, that's supposed to mean or something. I'm not referring to a particular sloka, but like in general. But your class session today, I was just trying to understand, and I feel like after meditation, if I hear somebody speaking, I can like get into my deep core. And I feel like, because of your stories and examples and your real life experiences with some, like beautiful stories that you shared from the history, that was really interesting to me. And it was really like relaxing to me, to hear all that. So thank you so much for the session. It's my first day today. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Thank you so much, both of you, for, organizing, and then thanks for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Srimati. I feel so glad that you have, take it to this extent that you can really indulge in listening to Bhagavad Gita. So that I feel so good and I feel satisfied. And when I leave this session today, I feel the fullest. The happiness will be full. I can enjoy the happiness to the fullest because your feedback is so important for me. Thank you so much, Srimati. Over to Yami. Yeah, Master Lashmanan is here. Master Lashmanan, would you like to say something? You're muted. Master, you're muted.
Excuse me. So please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let me thank Master Yamini for hosting this program. And yeah, I see Master Vinay here on the platform too. Thank you, sir, for taking care of me in Kartal. You're always with me in Kartal. So today, Master Shema's sharing was wonderful. A great sharing for all of you actually on Bhagavad Gita. So at least she brought some awareness to the members of this platform, and through the videos you're going to share in the YouTubes, that will bring further awareness about the Bhagavad Gita. And also Master Yamini was just talking about the Tatvidi Padipatena Padipasnena Sevaya. So very good on that. And Master Shema started with the very famous sloka of Shreyan Dravyamaya Yajna Jnana Yajna Parantapa. So all of us are more superior to the people who are doing material sacrifices. The particular sloka says, we are those people who are sharing the Bhagavad Gita or whatever knowledge to uplift the Atma of another person. It's called Jnana Yajna. So Jnana Yajna is always stand topmost compared to any other sacrifices you make in your life. And then Mother Shema was also talking about what you call moderation in life. You know, basically the Bhagavad Gita is the art of living. We all, although how much we have advanced in life, the thing, sorrow and unhappiness always there. You know, so Bhagavad Gita to tell us how to overcome all this through basically the art of living. And the first thing is called moderation in life. Don't do any extreme things. We can enjoy everything, but don't go to the extremes. Everything should be so avoid extremism. Then again, she spoke about self-control. Then the nishkama karma. All these things she covered. You know. Finally, she talked about the faith in God, faith in Guru, faith in scriptures, faith in the Guru's teachings. All this she covered. So very well presented. My hearty congratulations to Master Shema on this particular occasion. She really covered a lot of slokas actually, you know, within the 1 hour she was given. Very good. And I think again once more let me thank basically all this Bhagavad Gita's art of living. Then she also talked about the fear factor. This fear factor is in all of us. At any point of time we have the fear, you know. So this is the thing we have to remove in our life. Fear must remove for us to forge forward, you know. So thank you, Master Yamini. I take the opportunity to thank Master Vinay who was really took care of me when I was in Kartal. So to all those like Srimati Kannan also was touring her sharing, you know. Good, nice to see all new faces. Maybe 1 minute. I think Master Vinay, no, I told you that we are organizing the international conference here. And those people all on this platform, please do come to Malaysia. Master Shema is the organizing chairman of this particular conference. So you can liaise with her also or liaise with me. Please do come to Malaysia in end of November, 28, 29, 30th November and 1st December. So I'm not going to take much of your time. So again, thank you for hosting Master Shema today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Master Lakshmanan. I'm just 5% of Master Lakshmanan when it comes to Bhagavad Gita.
No, don't underrate yourself.
95%. So thank you so much for imparting all this knowledge. All this came from you. I shared a lot of things that you taught me today. Yeah, my biggest resources in Gita is Master Lakshmanan. Thank you so much, Master.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions or any more things that you would like to share, Masters? Or else let me just start with the next segment. Okay. Okay, now let us start with the next segment, that is PSSM SWAGG Challenge, which is initiated by Parnita Patri ma'am. She's the founder of SWAGG. So today's challenge is sustainable transportation. Let me give an overview to you. Let's make getting around friendlier for the planet. Explore ways to travel sustainably and cut down on emissions by choosing eco-friendly transportation. You're not just helping the environment, but you're also making your commute healthier and happier. The first step that you can take is hop on public transport. Give buses, trains, and subways a go. It's a greener way to travel and reduces traffic jams too. Carpool with pals or co-workers. Sharing a ride means fewer cars on the road and more fun during the commute, isn't it? Pedal power. Dust off your bike and pedal your way to short trips or work. It's good for you and the planet as well. Take a stroll. Enjoy a leisurely walk for nearby errands. It's a breath of fresh air, literally. Go electric. Consider an electric or hybrid car for cleaner cruising. You will zip around without the guilt of emissions. Next is work from home. Chat with your boss about working remotely sometimes. It cuts down on commuting stress and pollution. Advocate for bike lanes, walking paths, trees, and EV charging stations in your community. Let's make sustainable transport. Spread the word. Share your sustainable travel tips with your friends and family. Together, we can make a big difference because this brings a lot of benefits. It cuts down on pollution and traffic jams, keeps you active and feeling great, and makes your neighborhoods cleaner and greener. That's the challenge for today, masters. A lot of times we generally use our transport, like we use scooties or cars. Instead of that, it is better if we use public transport now and then. That's the challenge for today. And a frequent walks in nature also helps you a lot because it releases a lot of negative thoughts and emotions and raises your vibration and frequency. So see you again tomorrow with another wisdom session and with another speaker. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to PMC English. Thank you.
Thank you, Yamini. See you.